Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we're going to be working on stage 139 out of 140 of the Fanhome Ghostbusters Ecto 1. Let me go ahead and get the parts open and we will take a look at what's in the bag. Of course, there's another piece of really noisy bubble pack. I think that's what these are called, is bubble packs. Some screws that stayed behind. So let's see. We have some RP screws, some EP screws, some more EP screws, some KP screws, a couple of decals. Still kind of shocks me when I see decals or stickers. The amount you pay for this guitar or kit. For the amount that you pay for these kits, stickers or decals just blows my mind. LP screws, AAP screws, and some more EP screws, various colors. So we have the roof rack inlet, roof rack rear box, another heat sink. I don't think this one's going to have cables running back and forth through it. The half dome directional ditch. I have to say that is actually nice and clear. The directional antenna, which is this right here. Half dome upper fixing bracket. Just looking. 39F, which is this. Half dome axle. I'm pretty sure that's going to be this. No. Yeah, that's going to be this. 39H. Lower fixing bracket. 139G. Oh, mounting plate. Half dome mounting plate. Got a couple of details on there. More brackets to attach the storage container, or the storage tube. End caps for the storage tube. And the storage tube itself, which is plastic. I don't know. I don't like when I have parts like this that are going to have seams that you can really see. You can see the seam, but you don't want to paint it. First, you got to match the paint, and if you can't match the paint, then you're going to paint over the detail sticker or detail decals. So I have mixed feelings about having something like that that's two pieces. So, and had Eagle Moss not gone under, you'd have gotten a dust cover. I think that's why it's not here. It definitely did not come with this. I don't know that Fanhome is going to provide that, although it is reprinted with their stuff on it. Don't know for sure. Doesn't look like it. I didn't get one, so not a big deal. I wasn't going to have mine covered up anyway. So let me bring this over here. Move my parts up out of the way. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to attach this box. They call it a box. It doesn't look like a box. Roof rack rear box. Unless, okay, it would be a rear box underneath here. There are a couple of tabs to line it up on here. Come on. Interesting. Those are supposed to help you line it up, but it's like they're not even engaging. That might be because of the pour marks on here. Doesn't matter. I will get the screws threaded on here, and that's what's going to hold it in place anyway. So we have, I'm just looking, 12 white EP screws are what goes in here. 4, 8, 12, okay. Let's go ahead and dump these all out. And the reason it says the white is because there are multiple EP screws in here, and they each have a little bit different paint color on them. So let me find the first hole here. We'll get this one started, and then we'll go all the way across corner here. Get this one started, and then we'll work our way across doing all 12 screws, which is probably really exciting for you guys. Maybe I should probably pause the video while I've put these 12 screws in, which I think that's what I'm going to do. So I will be right back once all these screws are in. Okay, that has the roof box top in place. Then next part we have to put on is this vent. I'm just looking based on the direction of the one next to it. Yeah, plus these two tabs right here, probably can't see them. Got these two short tabs right here, which ensure or try to ensure that you put that shorter tab here, not the longer one. The shorter one goes back there so that you get this on in the right direction. We need silver RP screws. We're going to use 8 of them to hold that on. And those are smaller headed screws, so I'm going to go ahead and use the PH00 screwdriver. And once I get the second screw started, similar to before, so you don't watch me just putting in a million screws in this issue, I will go ahead and pause the camera. That is, if I can ever get this screw to go in. This screw's like, I don't want to go home. There we go. So that one started. I'll pause the camera here, put the other 6 screws in, tighten all 8 of them down, and I'll be back. Okay, so you can see now both the box and the vent are installed. Next thing that goes on here is the heat sink. Oh, by the way, one of the screws was very, very picky. It did not want to go in, which is why I always leave the screws loose until I actually am done, until I've got all of them started. So this part is going to go in. It's got 2 pins that are going to be pushed in. This is going to be where it actually connects. There's a screw hole here. These are going to push in like that. And the silver EP screw is going to attach there in the front, or actually that's in the back. It's going to attach here to hold it in place with just one screw. I'm not going to pause this time. So that's in place now. Still got a few screws left, amongst other things. Let's go ahead and turn the page. And this is where it says we're going to pause for a few minutes because we have the decal to put on the half dome, and I'm not going to force you guys to sit through me fighting with a decal. So let me make sure I'm not hiding any parts, which I was about to. Move all this stuff down here, move the box up here, and I'm going to pause. After I have the decal on here, around the bottom here, I will come back. Okay, I have the decal down mostly. This is another reason why it surprises me for the amount that we pay for these kits that they do things like decals, because not everybody has, one, the tools, and two, the skills to do this, to do decals. They can be a royal pain in the behind. So I'm going to try putting some microsol after I throw this on the floor and really ding it up, because if you see, the decal does not lay down flat because this is not flat, not a flat surface down here on the bottom. What I'm trying to do is get the decal to soften up a little bit and remove the bubbles from it. So like I said, not everybody has the tools. Not everybody has the knowledge of how to do this. And the decal is shifting while I'm doing this. So this is probably the best it's going to get. You got to be really careful when you use these products like Microsol, because you don't want to tear the decal. And decals can tear really easily, and this side is also drifting down. So before I screw it up, that is the reason they provide you two, because they expect that you might screw one up. I'm going to dry the paintbrush very gently, because this is, like I said, this is probably the best it's going to get, and it slid again. I've already closed up the water. I'm trying very hard not to wrinkle or tear the decal, and it is not coming out perfect, which I wish it had been done before, because it's now wrinkled, but that's as flat as it's going to go on there. Really not happy with that. You can blame it on my skill. I blame the decals. But let's press on. So the next thing they want you to do is to attach the antenna piece here, and that is going on using a directional antenna, a black EP screw. Only one. And actually, I have read in the instructions in the parts listings. They do give you varying piece numbers of screws now at the end of the build, where they've done one extra screw basically for every screw, or one extra screw on each pack, one extra of each type. It's been designed to give you more screws here at the end. Come on. Very interesting that that is that tight in there to secure the directional antenna. That is an EP screw. So not overly excited about putting a screw that is this tight into a clear part. Clear parts can break. And when they break, it's an ugly break. You can see it, it cracks. So let me tighten that down. Directional antenna is in place. Needs to twist just a hair. So there's the directional antenna inside there. And going by my, what I always call the 6-foot rule, you're not going to see how bad the decal is, but I still think it should not have been. Call me crazy. It shouldn't have been that bad in the first place. And the problem is that on a straight decal, you cannot put it on a curved piece very well. I'm whining again, I know. Just looking at this, this only goes halfway down. Which side goes down? I would say that side because it goes down a little bit, goes in a little bit further. Get one of the, or get the AAP. There's two of them, so only one's going to be used. And this is going to go in here. Come on, it's right in there. Got the wrong screwdriver there. Okay. Tighten, tighten, tighten. This is not keyed, so apparently it will be, yes, it will definitely be free to rotate. Is it too free? It feels like it might be a little bit too free, so let me see if I can tighten this and snap the piece in half. That's as good as it's going to get. So now we take this mounting pole. Just looking, okay, the bumps are on the outside. Is there an up or a down? There is not. It doesn't look like. So it's going to go on here. There's a pin. There's a pin on, come on, focus, focus. There's a pin on here. It's going to go into a hole on here. I'm trying very hard not to touch the area where the decal is. Maybe I should have let it sit for 24 hours. And there is an up and a down because that does not line up. Let's try that one. Those holes look like they're going to line up. We're going to use black EP screws, I think. Let me just, this is, come on. Okay. I got 4 of them, which is fine. I only need 2 right now, but the bottom is going to need 2 as well. Okay, so we are going to see if we can get this to go in here. Maybe not. This is just a really awkward piece. Let's try this again, or not. Just looking. We are going to take this back off of here. set this screw aside. Put this part on here because it keeps not going in. That should go in, I think. Come on. We're gonna put this bracket onto the plate, and then we're gonna put the two of them together back onto the bottom of the half dome. Come on. Maybe it goes the other way. Looks like a D-shaped hole. That is the right way. I just heard a whole bunch of people say, this is the way. Maybe it was only in my head. Yeah, definitely. Okay, D-shaped hole, D-shaped pin goes on this way, has to. So I'm going to pause the camera while I get this put together. I'll be right back. Okay, it didn't take a really long time, but I was able to concentrate on it, not try and say things to keep you folks entertained. Let me see, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I super glued a part on there to make sure, because this plate kept rotating along with this. I super glued the plate. Now it stays where it's supposed to. So this is now on here. So we can put this other half of this, or our other piece of this, after we drop it and lose it. This part here is going to go on, and it's going to slide up inside of there, or come close there, close to it, or at least look like it is going to. There's a key, a pin. It doesn't actually make full contact. So we're going to see if it's going to play nice. If it does not, I'll end up pausing again. I'm doing that a lot in this video. If I was not, this would end up being an hour and a half video, I'm guessing. Which I don't think most people will stick around for an hour and a half. Most people I don't think will stick around for an hour. I'm at 23 minutes now. That is probably really close to what people will hang out for. 23 to 30 minutes. And, you know, the banter's kind of hard to keep up with for that long, too. So get the last screw in here. So this is now on here, and it spins. Come on, focus. And this goes on the back of the rooftop box. There are 3 holes right here. And there is on the back of here, on the back of this plate, there is 1 pin and 2. There are 2 screw holes. So as awkwardly as possible, get in that hole. That goes in there, and those are, of course, EP screws, which are still in the bag. See if I can get 2 of them out one-handed. I got way too many. That's okay. So let's see if I can do this again. Black screw going into a black part. It's going into a black part, or going through a black part into a black part. My eyes are not that good. Come on. There we go. I talk to my models. Can't help it. I talk to my models. I do the same thing when I'm not on a video. I will talk to them as I'm putting them together, especially if they're being a pain in the behind, and if that's what's happening. I don't talk nice to them. Oops. I just looked. This piece right here, because I'm looking and I see that little T shape there. This piece is supposed to be, looks like it's a push fit on the bottom here. So let's see if we can make it just go in there without having to take it back off. And that would be a no. I don't think. Oh, wait, there, it's in. So I can finish tightening this side up or strip it out. I stripped it out. I felt it when it stripped, but that's okay. It's still gonna stay in place. So let me clean up these extra EP screws. And we'll go to the next step, which is taking the socket side of the storage tube. Matter of fact, let's turn this around so we've got the right side facing me. Side with the sockets. We're going to take these two end caps. They are identical, so that they can both go on the. They can go on either end, and it says 2 black EP screws, the ones I just put away. So we'll get those out. One lined up. I'll show on the other end exactly what it looks like. Get that one started, tighten it down to where it's holding the part in place. So in here, what you have is you have these 2 tabs, the screw hole, and then this part is going to line up with it. The screw's going to go in there and hold the pieces together. Now, I will tell you that while this box is not the greatest, it is a ton cheaper than the alternative. A friend of mine bought the aftermarket parts, and I do not have that kind of cash. I mean, good on him. He's not going to have to fight with the stuff like I am. But by the same token, his checkbook's just a little bit lighter. So then we're going to take this other half, and I'll show it. Maybe. Okay, I won't show it because it is actually caught on there pretty good. We have the 3 holes for screws. Those are going to be 3 LP screws. Trust me, there are 3 lugs on the inside there that these screws latch into. Come on. So I can take these, tighten them down, or well, I'm starting them first, then I'm going to tighten them down. Third one going in now. That one's tight. That one's one's tight. That one's tight. And the rooftop storage box doesn't look that bad. You can still see the seam, but it's pretty much okay. And so the last thing to do is take 6 KP screws. I'm just going to take them all out. 6, there's 2 spares. Put them back in there, and then we're going to, similar to the other side with the oxygen tanks, tongue in cheek, we're going to put these pins in. If I can get them to go in. Well, of course. Of course. Look at that. They have different size pins. So that it has to go on one way and one way only, but it can go together either way. That was some seriously good planning there. I'm pretty sure it doesn't say anything in the instructions about making sure that it goes on this way or this way. Okay. Yeah. Nothing to keep you from putting this on backwards. Or backwards as far as it's concerned when you put it on the car. At this point, I think Wayne would say, I do things wrong so you don't have to. Or I make mistakes so you don't have to. No, with this, that was a mistake made by Eagle Moss when they designed the car, because it should have been able to go on either way if the tube could go together either way. So now, let's try this again. And yes, I know I'm setting it up on the oxygen tanks. Every time I say that, it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, because it says free on the tanks. Come on, let me get the screw onto the screwdriver. And I'm pretty sure that Ian Campbell is probably yelling at me right now, if he's watching, because I don't have a mat underneath. I should get one. I have a black mat. I just tend not to think about putting it down because a lot of times I'm gluing when I'm building models, and I don't want to get glue all over it. That screw just does not want to go on there. Come on. Get on the point of the screwdriver. And what you'll see me doing on some kits, on styrene kits that are not supposed to be really over engineered like these should be, what you'll see me doing is using clamps, wood clamps, whatever clamps I happen to have available at the time, to hold the part, or to hold the box up on its side like this. If I can get this screw in here, I should be home free. Come on. Okay, see if I can get the screw to go through there. And of course, it's going above the beam that it's supposed to be going into. this again. So the problem is the clamp is not perfectly sized. The curve is too much for the spot it's going into. And so you have to push the clamp together at the same time you're putting the screw in. But I think I got it. There's that one. There's that one. And so we will get the other two done. Matter of fact, I'm going to get them done off camera and I'll be back when it's done. Okay, I've got 2 of the 3 clamps on. And the third one, I've got the clamp started on one side. I wanted to show you what the problem is. See, here's the clamp, and if you push it over, see how far up that is out? It should be, let's see if I can get it in camera. It should be like this, but it's a good 1/4 inch, maybe only 1/8 of an inch, but it's off where you have to fight with it. And now that I'm doing the third one, I've actually gotten pretty good at getting them in there. Apparently, because that one went right in. And that is well, I was going to say fully assembled, not quite. Well, it is the fully assembled box. The next stage is putting it all together, finishing the model. I'm just looking at how things look. So, sorry. This is like this. I want to say I've done like six of these. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, this is the 6th stage I've done today, getting this done. So, like I said, this decals, I can see 2 spots where the decal is bad. These decals, not too bad, but you can see there again, that red stripe should have been painted. But the box is basically done. All I've got left to do is attach it and put the miscellaneous parts onto the car. And the Ecto one is done. I'll look it up and see when I actually started this for the next video, and I will tell you how many years it took to build this because of Eagle Moss going out of existence. Hope you're enjoying this. Sorry if you're not. If I'm whining too much, say so. If I'm not whining enough, tell me that too. Leave a comment, because I'm not sugarcoating any of this. Some people I think I might, but I don't. I don't sugarcoat any of it. If I think something's wrong, I say so. With that, I will ask you to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post new content. Leave comments. I love comments. I love to respond. I always respond, unless what is it? I forget his call sign, but one of the my viewers leaves a bunch of emojis and that's it. And there's not really much I can do to respond to that. But if you ask questions, if you make statements, I am more than happy to respond. Where was I? Oh yeah, come on over to Hobby Time Modelers on Facebook, YouTube, and Discord. See what we're doing. We do live streams several times a month, or several times a week. Links will be in the description. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Thank you for stopping by, and I will see you in the next video.